All right. Hello, everyone. It's 7 o'clock, so we'll get started. My name is
Hi.
Tasha Hodes. Welcome to the call. So this is Forex Basics, and we run this call every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. And what you're looking at on the screen is the new Tradera site. So we've been taking a few minutes just to go over some of the basics of the new site, just to make sure we're all on the same page. I know that there are still outstanding support issues, so I won't be able to address those tonight, but I can show you just some general things about the new site. So we have our old URL back, so tradera.org. Before when they launched, they switched it to tradera.associates, but apparently now we can use the old name, so that's good. So what you're looking at here, the main page will be under company and financial services specializing in trading education. If I scroll down, then it has the leaders of the company, our founders, Cody Sell and Easton Harris. They're out of Texas, and just some contact information for the company. What I really like is the services piece. Trade Academy, that is A to Z video training, everything you need to know to be able to trade Forex effectively. And those back office videos are created by Cody and Easton. They do a wonderful job. It's very practical. They introduce a concept and then dive right into the chart. So I encourage everyone to go to your back office. Hopefully you can get into the site and just start somewhere. Make it a goal to go through at least one module a week. Market structure, support, and resistance, those videos are foundational, and they will make any live class that you go to make that much more sense. Okay, then we have the trade alerts so that we can earn while we learn. So if you're new to Tradera, you're gonna start out in your demo accounts, but we'll show you in this class how to take the Tradera Trade Alert and practice in your demo. And then when you're ready, you can open up a live account and actually earn while you learn. Trade Economy, this is just a new section, and it incorporates a lot of different world news articles as it relates to currency pairs and trading. So if you're into sort of the big picture and how a country's economy is affecting their currency price, then that's the section for you. And then last is the trade sessions. And that's where Derek Conway, he is the official Tradera master trader. I've adopted him as my mentor, and he holds live sessions Sunday through Thursday. So tonight's the last one for this week at 8 p.m. Eastern. And you log into your back office, go under trade sessions, and there is a join live button. And so what Derek is going to do is pull up anywhere from 8 to 10 charts, pairs a night, and mark those up. So you get to kind of practice how you would mark it up based on how he marks it up. And then what myself and what the rest of my team does, we take a couple of those charts and actually trade for the next 24 hours or so until we go back to class again. So that allows us to make money daily. So highly recommend those sessions. All right, so on the membership section, I'll actually click on this one. So it's clearly highlighting now that you can sign up as a client for $99 a month, and or you can take advantage of the commissions and bonuses if you share it with others, and that is $15 a month as well. And I really like how all of this is separated out. So if we click on referral program, It's totally keeping the business opportunity kind of like in its own bubble. And if I click on this view referral compensation program, a lot of us have probably already seen this. Here is the diagram or chart that shows how much you're paid based on the different ranking levels within Tradera. Okay. So we won't cover the back office tonight, but because we have this new site, we'll just take a few minutes with each class and either dive here into the overall site, and next week we'll dive into the back office. We did look at it some on Tuesday. All right, so in the chat, you should see, and I'm going to post it again, a link to my YouTube channel. So all of these classes are recorded and posted here on my site. Okay, I just posted it there. So if you missed some information, don't worry, you can go to the site and you can listen to the entire class again, or normally I'll create just short 2 to 3 minute videos and post those on the site as well. All right, so the format of the class, we'll start out with something new or important. And then with every class, because we tend to have, this is a setup class, so if anyone has not set up their demo account, we'll go over how to set up your demo account, how to download MT4, which is where you actually take the trade. And we go over what the Tradera trade alert looks like and how you can actually take the trade. So we do that in every class on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then we'll spend the last half hour or so in Q&A. So you can ask any question you want. I'll do my best to answer. And then we'll wrap up the class just before 8. And then most of us are gonna hop on over to Derek's live trading session. All right, so give me a second to share what we will go over today. So we have been talking about chart formations. So basically, when you're brand new to Tradera, when you get, or if you're new to trading as well, when you get a trade alert, you're just gonna take it on faith and go over to your trading platform, MT4, and type in that trade and watch and see what happens, right? But after you've been here for a while, and if you're ready to take that next step, then we're gonna show you how to pull up that pair that the trade alert was called for in TradingView. TradingView is a free website or app, and that's where we do our analysis to decide if we're going to take a trade or not. So we encourage you to pull it up there and just begin to do some initial analysis. Nothing too deep, nothing too heavy, but just be able to answer some basic questions. So that's where we're moving to. Now, if you're brand new, just kind of, learn a little bit. Don't feel pressure to have to analyze your trade before you take it. Your first few weeks, you may just want to practice getting the trade alert and actually putting it into your phone. All right, but we've been here a couple of months now, going on 3.5 months. So we're gonna take that next step. So what we've covered so far are the M and W formation. So we'll review that, and then we'll talk about the head and shoulders. And here's why we do this class. When you're in Derek Conway's live classes, there are other live classes as well. Ryan DeFreitas and Coach Max are normally on 7 or 8 in the morning for the New York session. There's, and this is all through the LIT Trade House, LITT Trade House. You can get connected to them via Facebook. And there's a Asian session at 9 p.m. at night. And most nights there's a London session, 2 a.m. So no matter where you are in the world, there is a Forex opportunity session just waiting on you to trade. Okay, so that's why I love Forex. It can fit anyone's schedule. You know, there's always a session available for you. But when you're in those live classes and when you're in your back office, sometimes it can feel a bit overwhelming or a bit intimidating. Learning Forex can feel like a second language. So that's why we do these classes to introduce you to these topics, so that at least you would have heard, maybe heard it once or twice before. Okay. So let's do a quick review. So the first formation that we talked about is an M formation. So you can see how the letter M is outlined in that blue circle. So this is an actual chart that I pulled up from TradingView. And there was an alert that was sent out, and it was for a sell. And when I first looked at this pair in TradingView, from this arrow on down, none of that was there yet. So let me show you what I saw. Let me see if I can cover it up. So when I saw the chart, and let me feel that. Yeah, let's fill that with white and have an outline of white. Okay, so this is what I saw when I pulled up the chart. I saw the M formation as clear as day outlined, and the trade alert called for a sell. So right away, I felt good about taking that trade, because typically with an M formation, it's found at the top of an uptrend, and it signals that now you're going to have a downtrend. It's also called a double top. So I took that trade, and this is what happened later that afternoon. Price fell all the way down, probably hit TP1 to or even 3. I can't recall. So an M formation is what you can begin to train your eye to see. And then in last class, we also covered a W formation. And for, I'm looking at the chat, Brian, there is a Lit News Telegram group, and you can connect to the Lit Trade House, LITT, on Facebook. And both of those, either Telegram or Facebook group, they'll send out that live link for that 2 a.m. session. Okay. So here we're looking at a W formation. So it kind of has the opposite effect. It's also called a double bottom, those two peaks at the bottom. And normally it's found at the bottom of a downtrend, and it's going to give you a signal that now price is going to go up. Okay, so with the M formation, price normally goes down afterwards. And with this W formation, price, as you can see here with the green candles, is going up. So again, you just want to begin to train your eye. The M and Ws are pretty common. You know, this will be a good pattern for you to start looking out for. So what I want to show you today is a little less common, but I'm sure you're going to hear it when you go to the live classes and maybe even in the back office. And it's called head and shoulders. So here's a snippet of a TradingView chart, and I'll use this arrow. So here is the top, which we're calling the head. It's this first peak here. Just make sure I can bring this to the front. There we go. So here is the head of the head and shoulders. And what you're going to notice is you're going to have a lower peak on the left side. That's called the shoulder. And then on the right side, you're also going to have another peak. So, you know, the M and W is not going to necessarily be perfectly lined up. Same thing with the head and shoulders. So the top part of this left shoulder may not match up exactly with the top part of the right shoulder. And what we call this neckline may not go horizontally, straight across, but you'll typically find this head and shoulders pattern at the top of a uptrend. So as you can see, price was going up here, and then it made this peak, came down, made that higher peak, and then it completed it with this other shoulder here. So now what we expect is a reversal. And that's a common Forex term. Reversal means whatever trend it's in now, it's going to go the other way. So we started off here in an uptrend. We hit this head and shoulders formation. Now we're expecting price to now come down. Okay. So you have the M formation, you have the W, and now you have the head and shoulders. Another way to look at it that you may or may not see is it's kind of like an M, but kind of spaced out a little bit. That may or may not help you to see it. So why do we care about these chart patterns? It's because we're looking for confirmation. So that's a term in trading where there's something we see on the chart, either a pattern from the candlestick, a chart formation, an indicator, something that makes us think it's a good idea to buy or a good idea to sell. Now, once you get multiple confirmations, now you have confluence. So that's that's your trading vocabulary term for the day. You want confluence before you take a trade because it's a high probability trade. You're gonna have a lot of confidence when you take it. So again, when you first join Tradera, and if you're brand new to trading, when you get that trade alert, don't worry about confirmations and confluence. Just go ahead and take it. After you've been here a while and you're ready for that next step, now we're going to introduce to you other patterns that you can look for to give you confluence. And here's an example that we discussed last time. So let's say that Tradera sends out a sell trade. So you pull up the chart in TradingView and you observe that you're seeing an M formation. So maybe the M formation hasn't fully formed yet. What if all you could see, move it over some. What if you only saw this amount and you figured that looks like it's forming an M? What you could do was wait until the M was fully formed. And then when price got to this neck area, then that's the perfect time to go in for the entry for your sell. So we'll start talking about this later, but the timing of when you enter a trade is very, very important. It can make the difference between if you're in a lot of drawdown or if you have no drawdown at all. So that's kind of more advanced, but I just wanted to throw it out there just so you'll know where we're going. Okay. Well, that's it for what I wanted to cover new today. We'll keep adding on to other chart formations and also learn about other candlestick patterns, and we'll get everyone just more comfortable at looking at the chart. So go into the chat for me and let me know if you have not set up your demo account yet. Can you put a number 11 in the chat? I want to know how many people we have on the call that need help with that. If you have not, for whatever reason, been able to set up your demo account yet, put an 11 in the chat. Sure will, Angela. Yeah, we normally have anywhere from 10 to 20, and that's what the numbers are looking like again. So yeah, we will cover that. More and more coming in. No problem. No problem. All right, so I'm gonna go through these. Remember, pull up my YouTube. And you can find all the slides there for creating your demo account as well. No problem, David. We'll see you at 8. All right, so give me a second and I'll pull that up. And this class, while we're doing that, it was pretty important to Megan, you know, with so many people. Sure, and I'll post my YouTube channel again in the chat. With so many people coming into her organization, we want to have a reliable place where you can bring your new team members Tuesday and Thursday to let them know that they can get set up here. Great, thanks Latoya, she posted it there. On that YouTube site, thank you, George, you're very welcome. There's a Getting Started playlist, and there are 4 specific videos, 3 of which that I'm gonna go over now, and it should be all that you need to start your demo account. Eric, when we get to the Q&A, I'll cover that. But I may answer your question with these next set of slides, so hold tight. So the first thing we want to do, let me make sure I'm sharing the right page. Setting up your demo account. That's the first slide. Hold on one second. Okay, so the slide that you're looking at has a list of brokers, and you're going to need the brokers for your live account. We actually take trades in partnership with our broker, and they're the reason that everyday people like ourselves are able to take trades in the Forex market without having, you know, a gazillion dollars to start off with. It's because we partner with these brokers. Now, this is a list that these brokers are the pretty common ones that most of the traders are using. Most of us have several different brokers. I have Hugo's Way. I've used LQDFX. I've used FX Choice. Osprey FX, the screens look exactly like Hugo's Way. Wouldn't be surprised if it was the same owner. But for these classes, we're gonna I just picked one. I chose Hugo's Way. And that way I can show you all the screenshots and take all the guesswork out of it for you. So we're going to, just for example purposes, use Hugo's Way for our demo account. Now, when we get to MT4, I'll show you how to bypass the broker altogether. But I like the advantage of going through a broker now. It just kind of gives you some practice of interacting with your broker, because you're going to have to do it when you do a live account. So if you choose to do a demo through Hugo's Way, here's the URL I want you to go to. And hugosway.com/demo-sign-up. Use this URL, because if you go straight to hugosway.com, most just end up creating a live account by mistake. They don't give you a clear path to the demo. So that's why if you go straight here, it'll be really simple for you. Type in your first and last name, email address. For leverage, you can choose 500, which is really good for your live account as well. And then for the balance, we want to choose a really small one, like $1,000. I think that's the smallest ones. When you start your live account, $100, $150, $200, $50 will be what you choose in. So by choosing a smaller amount now, it'll just give you some more realistic practice. So hit submit. Then Hugo's Way is going to send you a confirmation email that looks like this. And pay close attention to that demo account number. You're going to need that to log into the trading app. And you're going to need that trader password. That's going to be your password. So MT4, that stands for MetaTrader 4. METATRADER 4. That is the app that you can download, and that's where you actually take the trades. MetaTrader 4, MT4 for short. So to keep things simple or simpler, we recommend start trading on your phone. So what you can do is pull up this email on your cell phone and then just click the appropriate link based on if you have an iPhone or a Droid. And right there, you can download MT4 on your phone. Now, there is a way to pull up this email on your computer or desktop and download MT4 there, but it's a lot more complex to get it going. So we want to get you up and rolling so you can practice taking the trade alerts. So we just recommend using your phone. At some point in the near future, either I'll do some videos or we'll just have some separate classes for those who want to get MT4 set up on your computer. So by the time you finish this set of slides, you would have created your demo account and downloaded MT4. All right, so let me share the next set with you. Now we're going to connect the two. We're going to open up MT4 on our phone and connect to that demo account. Let me give the screen a moment to catch up. All right, so first I'll go through the steps for the iPhone, and then we'll do the same thing for the Android. So let's take a look at the iPhone. You open up MT4. You're gonna go to the bottom right and click on that settings icon. Then you're gonna click on new account. And now you have a choice. We're gonna click on that second option, and that way we can connect to the demo account for Hugo's Way that we already created. If you wanted to just bypass the broker altogether and start here, you can open a demo account right here on MT4. That's what your back office shows you, and that's perfectly fine to practice taking the trades. The only reason I don't like that option is that you start off with $100,000. So the numbers are kind of inflated. Your lot sizes are going to be huge. And I just prefer going through Hugo's Way and starting with $1,000. So click that second option. Then you have to choose your server. So your broker has one that they use for your demo account and one that they use for the live account. So when you type in Hugo's Way, you want to click on Demo 3 since we're in the demo. That's going to take you to the login page. And so you'll need to pull up that email from Hugo's Way, type in your demo account number, that's your login, type in the trader password. Don't type in the investor one because that'll give you read-only access and you actually want to take some trades. So use the trader password. Make sure that save password button is turned on so you won't have to type it in again, and then click sign in. Now let's do the same thing for the Droid. The screens look a little different. So when you open it up, in the upper left-hand corner, you want to click on those 3 horizontal lines. Click on that, it's called the hamburger icon. Then you're going to click on Manage Accounts, and then that plus, that white plus icon in the upper right. Now we're going to log in to an existing account so we can connect to Hugo's Way. Type in Hugo's Way and select Demo 3. And then just like we did for the iPhone, pull up that Hugo's Way confirmation email, type in your demo account number, your trader password, make sure save password is checked, and you can sign in. All right, so we have created our demo account. We've downloaded MT4. We've opened it up and connected to that demo account. The last step is to actually take the Tradera trade alert. So 1 second and I'll share that. Now on my YouTube site, there is a third video called Understanding the Trade Alert. You may want to go through that one. For sake of time, I'll just explain it as we go here. And we'll be done in about 5 minutes, and then we'll jump right into Q&A. So let's start with the iPhone. We're ready for our trade alert. Let's say our pair is CAD JPY. CAD stands for the Canadian dollar, and JPY is our Japanese yen. So the country and then the currency. So when you open up MT4, what if you don't see CAD JPY listed here? No problem. Click on that plus, the blue plus icon in the upper right. And now you want to select FX crosses. Now that label can also say FX group. It can also say Forex. We're not trading indices, futures, stocks, energy. The Tradera trade alerts are only Forex pairs. So click on the FX crosses. There's CAD JPY, the fourth one down. So I'm going to click on that green circle, press done. And now CAD JPY is at the bottom of my list. So once you add it, you don't have to add it again. It'll always be there when you open up MT4. So hold down that CAD JPY and you're gonna get a pop-up menu. You wanna click on trade. This is the screen you'll see. Now on the far right, this is what the trade alert looks like. Tradera's trade team is placing a buy on CAD JPY. So let's talk about these numbers that you're gonna plug in. So if we're expecting a buy, we want price to go up, right? But what if the trade doesn't go our way and price begins to fall? Well, as price is falling, we are losing, and the more it falls down, the more money we're losing, the more negative our account gets. So we want to have a stopping point where we'll say, okay, I accept my loss. Let me control how much money I'm risking, how much I'm going to lose. Take me out of the trade. That's what the stop loss is for. Very important to always set that before you enter a trade. So Tradera will give you the stop loss. So you click on the stop loss field and just type that in with your finger. Now, something more exciting is the take profit. We expect price to go up. Price is going in our direction. We are blue. Red means it's negative. Blue means this is pure profit. We like blue. It's our new favorite color. But at some point you want to say, okay, I've won enough. I'm happy for now. Let me exit the trade with my win. So that's what the take profit price is. Give me my profit, take me out of the trade. So you can only use one per trade, one take profit. So you'll need to choose one. Tradera will give you a choice of 3. So how do you know which one you want to choose? Well, TP, which stands for take profit, TP1 is typically around 15 or 20 pips. You may hear us say, oh, I want to pip and dip. That means I want to make some quick profits, have minimal risk, and get out of the trade. If that's you, you want to choose TP1. Now, TP2, you may have to wait a little longer to get there. It's more pips, a little bit more risk. Price may only go to TP1 and turn around. So if you want to be a little bit more, if you have a little bit more patience and you think price is going all the way there, choose TP2. So normally I stick between TP1 and TP2. TP3, you got to have patience. Price may take hours or a day to get to TP3. It may not get that at all, but you're going to get maximum profit if price does reach there. That's TP3. All right. So there are 4 things on this screen you have to set. Stop loss, take profit. We just covered those. We're in a buy trade, so buy by market. That's the 3rd thing. The last thing that you have to set before you can take the trade is the lot size. So you see that 0.10 underneath market execution? That's where your lot size goes. That's not going to be on the Tradera trade alert. Your lot size depends on how much money is in your account. The general industry rule is 0.01 for every $100 in your account. So for your live account, if you started with $50 or $100, then 0.01 is your lot size. If it's a $500 account, 0.05. For these demo accounts with $1,000, we can do 0.10. Okay. And it just determines how much you're going to make for every pip that price moves. So normally the order is you set your lot size, your stop loss, your take profit. The last step is the buy, and that will put you in the trade. All right, just 2 more slides and we'll jump right into Q&A. Let's go through these same steps for the Android. So you open up MT4, you don't see CAD JPY. You click on that white plus arrow. Notice it says FX group because we're not trading crypto and Bitcoin pairs. We're not doing indices. Those aren't beginner friendly. Click on FX group, find CAD JPY, hold it down. So notice on the pop-up menu, you're going to click new order. So it's a little different than the iPhone. The iPhone said trade. For the Droid, it says new order. And here's the screen. So the lot size is still in the same place, but the stop loss and take profit don't have labels. Not sure why they made it so complicated, but you'll just have to know that the stop loss is the black number here on the left. And then the take profit is this black number here on the right. So lot size, stop loss, take profit, and then the last thing is to hit buy. And now you are in the trade. All right, it's about 7:36. What questions can I answer for you? You can either type it in the chat or you can just take yourself off mute and ask. Who's first?
This is Eric. I was just wondering, I did a demo trade today and I was just trying to understand how I know when it's over and kind of understand what I'm looking at in my history.
Oh, yeah, good question. So, Eric, if you set your TP and your stop loss when you first take the trade, then MT4 is going to take you out of that trade when either price hits the stop loss or price hits the take profit. Now,
Right.
your other option is, what if you're winning the trade and you get happy or a little nervous and you say, you know what, I think I don't want to wait till I get to my TP. I want to get out now. So I have a video on my YouTube site that says how to close a trade manually. So you're welcome to do that. But when the price is in blue, you are winning the trade. When price is in red, you are negative and you're losing the trade. So did I answer your question?
Yeah, kind of. So right now I'm looking at my history from the buy I did.
Mm-hmm.
And at the top it has a Euro USDA,
Mm-hmm.
and it has buy-in at 0.01.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has the numbers, what you set for your loss and your gain.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has over in the corner, it has a blue 92. And
that
then
means you are up $92.
Okay, so does that mean it's still trading or is it over? That's what I don't understand, because I'm looking now at the bottom of it. It has profit, credit, deposit, withdrawal, and balance.
Now, do you have an iPhone or Droid?
iPhone.
Okay, great. So let me pull up in my MT4. So at the bottom, click on trade, the trade icon. Do you see quotes, chart, trade, history, and settings?
I see. So I hit the trade icon. I get balance, margin, margin, and all that.
Now, do you see a trade running? Do you see the Euro USD there?
No, I don't see anything running. I just see USD, but nothing's running.
Gotcha. That means that trade has finished. So now click on your history icon.
Okay, I'm on it.
Okay, that means that trade has closed out. And if it's blue, that means you won $92. It's blue, right?
Yeah, it's blue.
That's right. That means it hit TP. It hit your take profit.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. One more thing I'm trying to understand. So what does the profit mean that's up under the bottoms? Because it's like 87, it's 0.87.
So you'll see Euro, and this is a good question, Eric. I'll have to do a video on this, and so I can show a screenshot because I don't have a slide that shows the history, so I'll need to add that. So basically, in your history, you can look at all the trades that you ran today, all the trades from the last week, from the last month, what have you. So for the one today, it'll say Euro SD, Euro USD, and it'll say, you know, if it was a buy or a sell, and it'll have your lot size. So you see that much, right?
I see it. Okay.
Mhm. And
Okay.
then underneath it, you'll see two prices. The price on the left is where you entered, and then you'll see an arrow, and the price on the right is where it closed out.
Wow. Okay.
So if
Okay.
you were in a buy, the number on the left, you know, is going to be a price, and then you're going to see a higher price to your right.
Right.
And,
Gotcha.
and then the number to the far corner is the blue, and that's the amount that you won for that trade.
Gotcha. Okay. Got
Yeah.
it.
Great question. Great question. Yep, that shows me what I need to add for next time.
Yes, hi, how are you? I have a
Hey,
question, very
sure.
quick. Um, I've been actually practicing with the with my iPhone with the
Uh-huh.
MetaTrader
Yeah.
app for the past 2 weeks, and I wanted to try like for a full 2 weeks to see the results on of how if I know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing more positives than negatives. So
Uh-huh.
the demo account with Hugo,
Mm-hmm.
it actually gave me $100,000, and
Mm.
I have of as of today $119,000.
Nice.
So and I've been getting positives of $3,000, $5,000,
Yeah.
$700, $11,000.
Wow.
So, and I've been obviously getting some negative too.
Yeah.
But I've been getting more positive than negative, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely.
But then I have a friend of mine that he told me that the amount I'm actually doing the orders with I'm not using mini lots or macro lots. I'm
Uh-huh.
using just the lots, just a full lot.
1.0. Yes, a standard lot.
Well, I'm actually using. I'm buying seven lots, 10
Oh, wow.
lots. So,
All right. Big
and
time.
and when I've been getting the losses, I've been getting $2,000 or $2,500 losses or $1,500 losses. But when I actually get the good ones, the results pretty much is that I'm getting more positive than negative.
Absolutely.
So, but my question is this: he's obviously I have an account that is $100,000, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning right now tomorrow to start my live account, and I
Yeah.
already sent all the documents and everything, so I'm ready to play with my own money
All
because
right.
I feel pretty confident that I know how to place
The
the
trade.
alerts.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is that I want to start with $10,000 in my account, not with 100,000. And then my friend is telling me that I won't be able to buy 7 lots or 10 lots or 8 lots like I've been doing, or 5 lots, because the lots depends of how much money I have on the
In your
in
account.
my account.
Yes.
So that's that part I don't really understand.
Okay. Tell me your name.
Engelbert.
Engelbert.
Yes.
I'm going to make a recommendation for you.
Okay.
If I were you and it was my very first live account, I would take 1,000 and start it. Grow
Okay.
it to 10,000.
Gotcha.
Then add the rest of your money.
Okay.
Because
I can do that. I
yeah,
can actually give it a try for like 2 weeks, just with
yeah,
1,000.
just
No
do
problem.
1,000. Let me tell you why. Your mindset is different with a live account. It's a little, it's kind of fun and exciting, and you know, just a slight bit nervous with your demo account. It's a whole new ball game with your live account, right? So I would love to see you grow that 1,000 to 10,000, and then you can
Okay.
knock it out the park when you add, you know, the rest of your money in.
But I'm using actually a calculator that I actually asked that question on the chat on the LTT something
Uh-huh.
the chat, and
Yeah.
then there it was a lady that she actually recommended me to download this app just to use the calculator to find out how much money I'm risking and how many lots I can buy with. Let's say I just want to risk $2,000. So if I have $10,000 in my account, I will pretty much have like 5 shots, like 5 opportunities of $2,000 each. So, and I wanted to find out how much I can buy with $2,000.
Yeah.
And then the calculator is telling me that I can actually buy. Sometimes I can buy 7 lots. I can buy 6 lots. Obviously, every currency changes. But my friend, he's telling me that that's impossible. That I can buy actually 6 lots or 7 lots with $2,000.
It depends on your leverage. Let me make it a little simpler for you. When you open your account with $1,000, you can do 0.1 for every trade. So if you take a trade and you win 50 pips, you just won $50. So if you have, even with $1,000, if you did a 0.01 lot size, if your trade won 50 pips, you only won $5, right? Now, with that $1,000, if you did a standard lot, if the trade was 50 pips, you would win $500.
And that's what I want. I want to actually, I want to concentrate on doing lots. Because that's what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks, and I don't want to confuse myself doing nothing else.
Yeah, but you understand that if you start your account with $1,000 and you do your first trade at 1.0, if that trade loses and you risked 50 pips, you just lost $500 with one trade. That's why
I lost $500 of my 1,000. Okay.
Yes, if you used 1.0. So the safer, more conservative track is 0.1 till you get your feet wet. I know you got your feet wet in demo, but get your feet wet in a live account. 0.1, make $50 and 20 trades. Oh my gosh. You know, do that 10 times just to build your confidence up.
Because we cannot lose more based on the trader alerts. We cannot lose more than 32 pips. Correct?
Well, it depends on where price is and where your stop loss is. So on my YouTube site, and this is great for everyone, there's a risk to reward ratio video. It shows you how to find the current price on TradingView and how to subtract wherever price is now from your stop loss. And that tells you your risk. That tells you how many pips you're risking from where price is now to the stop loss. So that determines.
Because I seen that the alerts, they recommended, the brokers, I guess they're recommending always to lose no more than 32 pips.
Right. Right. But 32 pips is great, but your lot size determines how much money that is. 32 pips at 0.01 is $3.20. 32 pips at 0.1 is $32. 32 pips at a standard lot of 1.0 is $320.
$320.
Yeah, so that's a huge risk for one trade. You don't really want to try to, double your account with one trade. You definitely want to get your feet wet first. Now,
so if I want to get like a five shots, like five opportunities with $1,000, what will be the recommended how do you call it? No, the lot, right? But it will be like the mini lot or the micro lot.
Yeah, I think
macro lot.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to understand.
I think you're going to be very successful. I just want you to be aware of your risk to reward. Watch my video on risk to reward ratio and hit me up on Telegram so we can talk a bit further. How about that?
Okay, perfect. Yeah. I will.
I have a question.
As soon as I get the trick on that, I'll be okay.
Yeah, you sure will.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Hi, Tasha.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much for this lesson. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I have a question. Occasionally we get trade alerts from, and when we plug the trade alerts in, we get invalid stop loss or TP. What would cause that?
I can show you. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up TradingView because we covered it in the last class, and it kind of happens. So while I pull that up, Naomi is asking, is it necessary to let your trade run to the end even when you're losing? Heck no. You want to cut your losses early? You don't have to wait to get stop loss yet. You can close it manually, and I have a video on my website that shows you how to do that. Caroline says, do we need to open a TradingView account? You don't have to, but I recommend it because it's free and you can do it on your computer or your desktop, your laptop, and that's where most of us traders are doing all of our analysis. Kathy is asking, do we have to monitor our trades daily? Or will it self-monitor? Yeah, as long as you have your stop loss and trade and take profit set, you can leave it alone. And once it hits one of those, it will stop. All right, let me pull up TradingView. So let me pull up a pair and then I'll share it with you guys. New share. I think I got rid of my notes for last time. Okay, so we are looking at EuroCAD, the euro against the Canadian dollar. So let's say, first thing you want to notice is what trend am I in? We are in an uptrend, okay? So let's say that I enter the trade. Make sure you guys are seeing that. Okay, let's say that I enter the trade here. So here is where, this is my entry. Okay, now let's say my stop loss, because I'm going for a buy because we're in an uptrend. Let's say my stop loss is down here. SL stands for stop loss. And let's say my TP is going to be up here. And so I'll type in TP, stands for take profit. Now, here is my entry. My stop loss is below. My take profit is here. And I'm going for a buy. So the only reason I would get invalid stop loss is if my numbers don't add up. Like my entry has to be in the middle. My stop loss has to be below my entry price. So this entry price, let's say it was right here, 1.5849. My stop loss has to be below that. My take profit has to be higher. So as long as all three of those, everything's in the right place, I won't get that error. Now, it's a little different for a sell. So if I was in a downtrend, let's say I was selling this little piece right here, it's going to be reversed. So if I'm going into a sell, now my entry is still in the middle, my TP is below. So now let's do sell. And let's get rid of buy. So my entry is in the middle, my TP is below my entry price, and my stop loss is above. So anytime you see that invalid stop loss parameter, something's not in the right order. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for this.
All right, you're welcome. Let's see, I think I answered, let's see what's going on in the chat. When you exit the trade, how do you transfer the money to your bank account? That reminds me, Tanya. Yeah, so on my video to how to open up a live account, I show you how to use Cash App. Now, I know Cash App doesn't work for Canadians and some other countries. It's a quick way to buy Bitcoin and transfer it into your Hugo's Way back office, and it shows up as dollars. So basically, the same way you put the money in, you can do the same. You can do the opposite and take the money out the very same way. So when you're ready to fund your account, based on how you put it in, that's how you'll extract it. And I need to do a video on that as well. So Eric is asking, don't you want to sell when it's up? You want to sell when you are in a downtrend. So this Euro CAD is in an uptrend, so I'm buying. I just gave that quick example about selling just to show how you would get that invalid parameter. Okay, so Eric, I definitely want you to come to Derek Conway's class, because he is the master trader making almost 7 figures a year. So you definitely want to learn how to take your trades from a master trader such as Derek. All right, any other questions before we go?
As soon as we get the alert, how much time do we have to actually get in? There's a rule of thumb about that, like an hour or half an hour or 2 hours?
Yeah, but it's the best way to know is, and I'll go over this before we exit, is the risk to reward ratio. So when you first get a trade alert, here's some steps that you want to go through, even as a beginner. You want to ask yourself, because you may get the trade alert an hour late. You may get it 2-3 hours late. So how do you know if the trade is still valid? Well, you need to find out, yeah, where is price now?
It makes that noise, bing.
Yeah. So here I pulled, let's say it's CAD JPY. That was my trade alert. So I pulled up CAD JPY on TradingView, and TradingView will tell you where the current price is. So 76.74. And then I'm going to calculate my reward. If I go for TP1, I can gain 28 pips, and it's just subtraction. If I go for TP2, I can gain 77 pips. If I go for TP3, I can gain 174 pips. I'm going to go through this kind of fast, but your risk is, well, what if I lose the trade? You take your current price, you take your stop loss, you subtract. So my risk is 20 pips, okay? So here's the deal. As long as you have at least a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, it's still safe for you to take that trade. So if I risk 20 pips to gain 20, yeah, it's a good idea. But what happens if it's only been 45 minutes, but price took off and it's right there at TP1? You may want to second guess yourself, because now the distance from current price to your stop loss may be 50 pips. So you don't want to risk 50 pips just to gain 5. Now your risk to reward ratio doesn't work.
Gotcha.
So that's the question you want to ask yourself if you ever get a trade alert and it's been an hour or 2 or 3. Sometimes price hasn't moved at all and it's still safe to take it. Other times,
so sometimes we get these alerts like at 1 a.m. in the morning, and then when I wake up in the morning, because obviously I'm not using my money, I'm using $100,000 for the demo account. I just go ahead and place it, and I leave that thing whole day, and then I get maybe $3,000 profit. I like, wow.
Yep, it can happen. It can definitely happen.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now, most of the ones that I get in the middle of the night, I don't bother with those the next day. But hey, you can take a look at TradingView and take a look and make those calculations. Yes. Okay. One more question.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you. Say it's pinging like that, and I want to take the alert, but I don't know how do you estimate the stop? Or I guess if it's a down, you estimate it where the stop would be. If you're doing it yourself, like if it's too late and then you wanted to estimate it to yourself, how do you set the stop and the profit on yourself by yourself?
You're saying if you got a trade alert?
Yeah, and it's past the time and you want to like check the graph, and how do you know what to put the stop and what the profit would be, you know, that kind of.
Yeah, so use the stop loss and whatever TP you were going to go for from the actual trade alert. And the only thing you need off the trading view chart is that current price. Once
There's
you
a
know
times
that,
I was like, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, once you know that current price, then it's just a subtraction game.
Okay, so you just keep subtracting it or increasing it depending on if it's a buy or sell.
Yeah, whatever the bigger number is, subtract the smaller one. Wherever current price is from the stop loss, that's your risk. Wherever current price is to your TP, that's your reward. So as long as that's at least 1-to-1, the bottom line is you don't want to risk 100 pips to gain 10. If current price is
Okay.
80 pips away and your TP is 10 pips away, that's not a good trade. That's not a good risk to reward ratio that you want to take. Price has moved too much from when they first called it.
I got you.
Yeah.
I just was, because I try to figure out how to estimate the stop on it. So you take it from your stop, and then you go up or down for the profit.
From the current price. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And go up and pull up this video again, this particular slide, and you can watch it. It will make more sense to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys, it is time for Derek's class. So I will get this recorded and uploaded hopefully by in the morning. And happy trading, you guys. And I'll talk to you all soon.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a blessed night. Thank you.
You too.
You post the
Bye-bye.
link to his class real quick.
I sure will. Hold tight. I won't close it out until I do that. Thanks for the reminder. I know some of us still can't get into our back office, so I will post the link to Derek's class.
Thank you.
Copy. Chat. All right, there it is. Give you guys a second to get to that. All right, did you get it?
Yes, we got it.
Okay, great. I'll be here next Tuesday, Naomi. Same time, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.